Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise. Maybe it's one dream, or one journey. One smile, one gesture, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
I'm just pleading to the senators from St. Croix to give this company a chance. Please give them a chance. We could see what they build in St. Thomas. St. Croix community is crying out. They want the racetrack back. We need it back. You know what I mean? We got a beautiful racetrack. It's right outside the airport. When people come off the plane, it looks so rundown and everything. Just got bushes there and everything. And we waiting and people also be asking me, when this track coming back? I say, well, it's up to the senators them now. They had it. They get to dissect it a little bit. And I think they have a lot of things in their favor. No deal gonna always be a perfect deal. But so for what they have right now, I think they should give Southland Gaming a chance. So I'm calling out to all my senators. They want them who just went in the primary, and they want them that just sit in the Senate right now. I hear that they moved back the date to the 24th or something like that. But when they come in front of you, please give Southland Gaming a chance. The St. Croix senators, we need this thing. St. Thomas have their racetrack already. It's a lovely racetrack. The Hassman them, they already went through their part and they are happy with what they are getting. So I just asking the senators them, all the senators them, to please give Southland a chance in this deal and let St. Croix get their track, please.
Welcome to the U.S. Virgin Islands, where the American Caribbean meets opportunity. With direct access to the global marketplace, discover a business environment designed to help you succeed.
Good ideas can be realized here.
We have wraparound services. We offer tax incentives. We offer access to capital. Companies that relocate here can get customer care second to none here from the Economic Development Authority.
We located in the Virgin Islands because of easy access of shipping and freight and cargo.
I welcome you to come to the Virgin Islands. Do business with us, expand, start. We're happy to have you. And while you're here, enjoy our lovely sunsets.
To explore a new horizon for your business, please visit our website at www.usvieda.org.
This is Kareem Thompson, a.k.a. Pogo. We're out here on the Clinton Phipps racetrack here, and it's beautiful Sunday morning. This is the place to be on Sundays. You get to see the horses walking. You get to see all your friends, you know, just out there sitting down, shooting the breeze, talking about the upcoming races on September 6th. Well, I'm actually from a young age, my aunt, she lived right up above the racetrack. So like when I was younger, like during summer months, I used to come out here and be out here on the track all in the morning with my cousin Tambora. I mean, the sport, I just love to see the horses coming down the home stretch. You know what I mean? I love to see races. I travel all over the world, you know what I mean, to go and watch races.
Knowing that you travel around the world to enjoy horse racing, how was it to know and experience Southland Gaming restoring the facility here at Clinton Phipps Racetrack and bringing it up to a great quality?
Well, honestly, this is one of the better facilities because in America, you know, right now horse racing is a dying sport. You know what I mean? And Southland Gaming try and keep it alive here, you know. We ain't had a promoter in a while. We still don't have a promoter. And Southland Gaming trying the best right now to keep promoting these races.
And the quality of the establishment, the facility, tell us about it, elaborate, and this facility we have here, and Clinton Phipps racetrack?
Well, honestly, from when I've been small, you know, I've been hearing Calumet Farm wanted to take over and give us a great facility, but that didn't come to pass. But Southland Gaming came and they give us a facility. Actually, this is the first facility since I've been around. Like in this aspect, you know what I mean?
Ready. Today ain't just about stepping out, we stepping up. Starting with the essentials, the Levi Fisher bundle isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. Hydrating and grooming that bed perfectly. Next, let's not forget the skin. With Naked Luxuries Fairline Men, we taking premium care that leaves your skin irresistible. Why? Because self-care ain't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So before you head out, remember looking good is more than just clothes. It's about bringing out your natural charm. You think your woman and want to see you rough all the time? Don't forget, look good all the time. Take care of yourself.
Investment in the St. Thomas track, then keeping it going with the purses and, you know, operating the races. The willingness to do that investment in St. Croix. Speak about it. Do you agree that they have made a significant investment and taken a lot of risks?
Of course, because right now to me, if Southland Gaming if Southland Gaming don't run the races, I ain't seen nobody coming forward and running the races. And I know for sure Southland Gaming probably losing money, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're still trying and they're still willing to move forward with the races.
All right. Now, you as you outlined already, you have a vast history in the horse racing industry. Have we seen a credible business and promoter, a credible business serving as the promoter, operating our tracks before it went between sports parks, it went through different promoters, but now we have a business that is operating at a standard, maintaining quality purses, quality standard of operation. Talk a little bit about the history and connect it to today.
Well, like I said before, I actually been involved like that, and those stories coming up. The only person, business-wise, looked like they wanted to take over the track was Calumet Farm. You know what I mean? But coming up, I know like it was sports park. Actually, before, it used to have like guys from around the place actually promoting the races. I didn't know how that used to go. You know, I know St. Thomas St. John Horse Race Association was promoting races and things too. You know what I mean? And I know it's very difficult if you don't have the pocket length, money-wise, to really promote, because as you know, before our purses used to be 3,000 and 2,000 and 15. I have seen old programs already. Right now, our big race ain't really running for less than 20,000. I know Southland could sustain it, and like you said, there's people pouring out their money and they ain't seen no get back as yet. But they're willing to take the risk, you know, because I've heard through conversations that they know in time to come, they're going to make back their money. People looking at it as, oh, these people making money through the machines. I don't watch people's pocket. And I can only go by why here. I guess they're making money through the machines, but at the end of the day, they're probably using that same money from the machines to fund here.
Good morning. All right, good morning and welcome to All of We TV Rise Up Morning Show. How you doing this morning? It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. A lot is going on. As you can see, the content, we pushing the content, getting you informed, getting different opinions, sharing insight on the upcoming vote coming up on August 24th, Monday. It's actually not the vote. That's the committee on the whole. They're meeting, all the senators getting together. They got a packed calendar. They're going to hear from testifiers who are in favor or those who oppose this opportunity we have. What's on the table? Southland Gaming has been invited, asked to rebuild and rebuild the Randall Doc James racetrack on St. Croix. That's going to also allow restoration of horse racing on St. Croix, giving them access in the bill to be the promoter and also be the promoter on St. Croix and St. Thomas. My apologies. In it also covers some extensions to the exclusivity only on St. Thomas district, not on St. Croix. Now, anyone that comes on the track, you've heard testifiers if you've been watching all of we TV, that they come in with a racino. They come in with games because that's the only way it could support and underwrite the cost of this expense. So the extension is in the St. Thomas market for the risk they are willing to take and the funds they are obligating for this opportunity. This was before the legislature, was it? You remember when they had a special session and they sent it to committee. Now it's coming to the committee on the whole, and then it's going to be to the vote probably by the end of the week. All right. So next week is a big week, but what we've been doing and we've been engaged is getting various opinions on, many of the horse owners, horse and business owners. We had an opportunity yesterday to speak with the owners of Southland Gaming, and if we work good, the interview should be available later this evening to tomorrow. And we're not only talking about CAHS track, we're talking about the relationship of Southland Gaming here in the Virgin Islands. How did they came here? Did you know the lottery in the 90s was losing money? So a consultant came in to say what they could do to save the games. And this consultant tell them, listen, you got to make the games more exciting. Because then they had numbers, they had illegal slot machines, they had Puerto Rico lottery, Florida lottery, Dominicano parlay, all kind of thing going on. Nobody wanted to buy VI lottery, or not like how they needed it to. And the VI lottery underwrites so much of our essential programs here in the Virgin Islands. So RFP went out to request a proposal. I'm going to speed this through. And they were selected among other companies to be the operators of the game. It's the lottery's game. Southland Gaming is the operator. Man, this thing had tight like Vegas. They man get automation, everything. Like if $1 go in a machine, lottery know $1 go in, Southland Gaming know $1 go in. This thing tight. So when we hear, on All of We TV, we're happy we having the opportunity to share the information, to enlighten the rumors. Self-regulated is not. It can't be audited. Not. It's very audited. This thing is tight, foolproof. So now, where we at? There's an opportunity here, and everybody weighing in. There's a lot of people. Well, you know what interesting topics do? Interesting topics really show what our people's mind is. People say, we get hospitals to build. We get schools to build. True, and true. However, they get public funds and FEMA funds to do that. See, St. Croix just got a brand new school. They had the funds obligated for that. And the administration went through a lot, from Governor Mapp administration, who fought for the money. The delegate, you had it all in the campaign, who, they were there and they all fight for us to get the funding that we had. Now, this administration had to fight for matching funds, lowering the funds, making it that we could even engage the funds. Now, other bacchanal going on with housing finance and things like that, right? Stick with me. But we can't tell a private company that come to do business, been invited for opportunity, where to spend their money. Are they philanthropists? Yes, they give a lot, but they should fix the hospitals? No, that's the government job. So this vote is on the table, coming up lower in the week, but you're going to hear committee on the whole. Our job here is we're just giving you the insight. So when you hear it, you could make sense of it yourself. We have a very short show this morning as we were just rolling in the testimonials. We got a lot of content coming out of All We TV. I know you've been seeing from Pogo to Bobo Bates to Chuck, Sugar and the gang, and we have more to come. We have Indie, and like I said, we got an interview from Southland Gaming. In between, we gotta give you some vibes. We gotta give you some action here at All We TV because it ain't only serious matter, but you know the excitement comes when we talk horse race. But they are correct. There are a number of other issues on the table here in the Virgin Islands, and we have to take care of those issues. I don't think we mix the two and make it a Callaloo because it's too separate. If there's private and there's an opportunity, let's take that and then let's go pour our energy where the energy is supposed to go. All right. So I started and I didn't say good morning to our beautiful islands, our beautiful Massive and crew. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, St. John, our Massive and crew, wherever you're watching from America. We wishing you a beautiful Wednesday. I had to run down on the road earlier and I saw a cruise ship coming in the Waiko dock. So that means it's a little cruise ship Wednesday, and Wednesday usually you get a big ship down Krong Bay. It was looking like some weather, like we were going to get some rain, but right now the sun is shining, and one thing I gotta shout out, the school children were on the bus stop. And you know, hey, listen, no, you see the school cheering them out, you got to just give respect and you got to, you know, massive big ups to them. And if you see that, you know, who's driving on the road, sometimes there's potholes with water. We just want you to take it easy that you don't splash nobody who is walking. Here's one more clip right here from Mr. Bobo Bates. Southland Gaming, this opportunity to restore and rebuild horse racing industry here in the Virgin Islands.
Southland Gaming have a lot on the table to do. They built the Clinton E-Phipps racetrack from scratch. It didn't cost the government a dime. And for 3 years now, they're running races. Now in St. Croix, the same thing they had to do in St. Thomas, they have to build the racetrack from scratch. We in St. Croix do not have a grandstand. All we have is some stables and a bush field. We don't have nothing. Now this deal is a very, very good deal. It's not going to cost the government a cent. They will cost Southland Gaming about $20-something million to build the racetrack. Building the racetrack is not just building it. You have to maintain it. You have to provide the passes. The passes for the horseman and St. Croix and St. Thomas is a very good deal that we getting. St. Thomas horse passes is going up a notch. Right now in St. Croix, our passes look very good. The deal came to us and we watch it as horseman. The horseman in St. Croix, they know this is the fourth deal on the table. So they learned the lesson couple times, and the current deal that they have, they had to do some tweaking to it. And they figure it out, and the promoter from Southland Gaming, he agreed to the deal. And we want to go ahead with the deal. It's not going to cost the government anything. But the community, we need this track. The young men them in the track, who used to be on the track, they just now they stray away. Some of us got older. Congratulations to some of them who running on the mainland. The jockeys, we had jockeys that went to the Kentucky Derby. Right now we know when we're going to have a next jockey coming out of St. Croix. But they have them in St. Thomas, and some of the St. Croix jockeys, them are still riding over here in St. Congratulations to Winston Horse. He won about 5 races the other day. Congratulations, that's a Crucian jockey that learned in St. Croix about riding. We still got some on the mainland over there, but the deal needs to go through. It's not going to cost the government a cent, not 1 red cent. And Southland Gaming have the experience.
All right, that's Mr. Bobo Bates, you know, James Bates of Bates Trucking. Thank him there. I want to say good morning to our Massive and crew. Janelle Raymond, Latrice Abbott, Elvin Pemberton, Gary Turnbull, Cherise Francis, Jashima, Joseph Letang, Harmony Fai, good morning to you, Kimo Garfield, Kishma David, big up yourself. So, All We TV Rise Up Morning Show, we give you the news, we give you the highlights. We're driving this subject because we're bringing awareness to the opportunity that's on the table for the restoration of the St. Croix Ronald Doc James racetrack. Then the opportunity for St. Thomas for the last 2 years, almost 3 years. Southland Gaming been just going race to race, running it. So, and they're like, listen, for us to really grow this thing, we need to get the promoter agreement. We need to put things in place like a business. They're like, we can't do this handshake thing. And then you have the opportunity for, like we said, restoring St. Croix, running the tracks. They are giving purses up to $100,000 per race day. Race calendar set for St. Thomas, race calendar set for St. Croix, and that's the opportunity there for inter-island racing. All right, from there and from what we put out and what you hear, you could then come to your own conclusion as to what you think making sense. We dropped this one. I'm giving you another one right here. Here's Pogo once again talking about the tracks being a positive outlet for the youth them, and talking about the activity that you see go on the horse tracks. So right here, here's Mr. Kareem Thompson, aka Pogo.
Now this Kareem Thompson, aka Pogo. So my role on the track right now is the racing secretary. So if you know, the racing secretary sets the condition for the races. I get the race dates from the, I won't call him the promoter, but yeah, the temporary promoter, which is Southland Gaming. This, they set the date. I get a condition for the races. We have different classes, class A, B, C, D. We have some natives now. So when I set the race, I give you the, you got a form, you got to fill out, actually. You see the condition of the race, you see what class your horse in, and then you fill out for that class race that is set.
As you said your role, you're setting the races, putting it together. Talk about the involvement you see of the young men in the industry right now. I mean, there's always been, but with the Clinton Phipps track being restored, operating, the young men that you see involved in it, and the importance of keeping this momentum to keep them occupied and keep them engaged and even moving forward in careers.
Well, actually, when I was growing up, I had young folks coming to the track. I actually think right now, the younger folks, younger boys and girls are actually out here, hands-on, with the owners and trainers. And that's a very great thing to see, because they ain't idle. Especially like in the summertime, they out here in droves. Now that since school start, they mightn't be out here as much, they might just be out here on the weekends. But during summertime, out here is packed with kids.
So now connect the dots, the importance of us operating the facilities, keeping the track going, Southland Gaming getting the approval to operate St. Thomas, and then even approval to operate St. Croix, so we can keep the children involved in this. Well,
I think actually their involvement would be great, Keep their mind going, they don't be idle, then they looking other things to do. And not saying that if they mind idle, they'll end up into criminal activity, but being out here on the track, is like, it does keep their mind focused on doing different things instead of getting in trouble.
So there's a critical need for the track to stay in operation?
Yeah, very critical, very critical. Because like I say, if you ain't on a track, they're going to look other things to do, and God knows where that could end up.
All right, that's Mr. Kareem Thompson. We got a question right there, a comment. Natanya VI Empress leader. Hey, that picture look good, Miss Natanya. So when the race is over, this is her note. When the race is over, who is taking care of the track daily? Ain't the Virgin Islands government? So it do cost government to maintain the track. So presently, remember, there is no agreement, there's no promoter. So Southland Gaming is putting up its large share of the purses. They are doing a number of, they hosting the races, you know what I'm saying? They outfitting it, they putting their money down on the line, and up to every race they say they in the whole about 70 to 80 So under the promoter agreement, St. Thomas and St. Croix, the promoter, if it's Southland Gaming, they will be responsible for maintaining the track. Okay, they will have a formal agreement, and they would then be maintaining the track and all physical parts of it, buying tractors, buying water truck. So that's more money that's going into the investment, You know, I'm not that I really pushing aside, right? I just want us as Virgin Islanders sometimes to make sense out of nonsense. And we have to think of it as not as a company coming in and raping, because that's how we normally see it, as like some big business where they getting off, something going on, some deal. But think about it, if it was your money on the table, your hard-earned money, the money you get in the bank or under your mattress, wherever you get your money in your 401k, maybe you get it in stocks, and you put on X amount of dollars, $20,000. You're going to be checking the details to see how I'm not only making $20,000 back, but this $20,000 turn into $40,000, $80,000, $120,000, because you want a return on your initial investment, correct? So presently with no agreement, is the government track. Their obligation was to rebuild the horse track, which they did. They were invited to then do the races and continue to do the races, pop the purses, host the event, promote the races, welcome horses, do all kind of thing. Something need to fix, tractor breakdown, they went and they buy a tractor or they buy a truck. And doing that because, hey, we like it, we see opportunity and so forth. However, I don't have the formal agreement. So that's like you putting money into a house, but you don't have the lease. You're going to say, nah, man, we have to make this here official. What are we doing? And then now you get invited to go and put $30 million in St. Croix to rebuild it. Remember we had the talk that there was FEMA money coming. There was something like $7.5 million coming to rebuild the St. Croix tracks. Well, that $7.5 million was de-obligated. That means FEMA said, nah, give that money ain't coming to you no more. So, good governor, bad governor, the governor said, shit, sorry, because the governor said, wow, I want to give and make sure we give the people at St. Croix a track, just like St. Thomas get a track. So, he said, hey, well, are you be willing to do it? You do it in St. Thomas, why not do it again? And I'm just saying, I wish I could do this here on every legislation that come through the legislature. But, you know, some things that go by, if you all remember the Water Island deal, we had Mr. Stefan. He was on the morning of delivering and sharing insight. But we would love to do this here and show both sides, because that's what we need. We need both sides coming and talking. Those who oppose and those who in favor. I got to wrap up, but we have one more question here. Let me get to the question and then move on. That's why Bobo say it's not CAHS and the VI government. Nothing. Big up Ray Ray. Again, but good question. Southland paying for everything for real. Take the deal. And on that note, it's 7-Eleven. Hey, like the gas station. Big up everybody. Big up on your day. We're going to have more coming your way. Stay tuned to All of We TV. We thank you to everybody who log on this morning. And you log on every morning. Listen, we see you. We love you. We appreciate you. Everyone that's watching the content, know that we're doing this here for you, but just in turn, we are a business as well. As much as we showcasing the people of the Virgin Islands, the product of the Virgin Islands, and I just love to showcase the VI and the Caribbean. However, we are a business. And with the accountant, with the lawyer, with the people who are there, they say, hey, man, you in a seat, but you have to make sure this seat and this business is profitable. And sometimes it's not. And they say, well, you got to do something, or else they say going to go under. So, as in any business, just as in your life, as in Southland, or anybody who come to invest here in the Virgin Islands, and what we got to say is, we don't want to keep investment money on the table taking too long, because tomorrow, the person could wake up and say, you know what, I want to go invest someplace else. You know what, I want to keep my money in my bank account and give it to my children and my grandchildren. Or I want to go buy a private jet. You know, money on the table, take it. That's all I say. When money on the table, take it. You know, before, this is my final point as we go. When you work with the government and you do work for the government, you never know when you're going to get paid. Sometimes you get paid early, sometimes you could demand payment, but sometimes other times payment comes as a surprise. You know, when that payment comes, you don't know exactly what you're going to do with that money. And I'm sure the government of the Virgin Islands a lot of times operate that same way. You know, hey, when this money come, we got to put something into GRS. We got to put money here. We got to put money there. But the moral of the story is, when money on the table, Don't take forever vetting it. We welcome in money, so we have to vet it early, ask all the important questions. Don't dilly-dally, see what's in it, have the right negotiation, and make that deal and bring that deal home for the people of the Virgin Islands. Everyone have a beautiful day. We're all of We TV. We love you. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep pouring God first. And when you put God first, everything afterwards. We out of here.